Hey everybody, this is the fourth here, and in this video I'm going to be showing you one technique on how you can get a really deep, dark vocal sound for your hardstyle tracks. So here's what I'll be showing you how to get in this video. Okay, so let's look at how I made that. Now, I started off by recording my voice. And, you can do this with your voice too. You can do this with any other vocal recording you want. But it's really important to make sure that you really enunciate what you're saying. So have, hard consonants and all that, just so that it's extra clear. Because once you put on the effects, you can hear that it starts to get a lot less clear what's being said. So you might not be able to fully understand that, but if I had said it a bit more clearly, you might be able to hear it better. Okay, so what I did, once I recorded my voice, I pitched it down using the time stretching settings, because I said this in tempo with the song, and I don't want to have it get longer or shorter when I'm pitching it. So I went to the time stretching settings and pitch shifted it down 600 cents. And you might do more or less, or you might not even do any time stretching at all, depending on how your voice sounds and the sound that you want. But in this case, I pitched it down 600 cents. And I just did it auto stretching method, but you might use speech or monophonic are probably my two favorites for vocals. Okay, so once you've pitched it down, I've added some effects. And the sound godizers and the EQ really just, the first sound godizer just compresses it some. And brings the levels up. And then I throw on the EQ to cut out some of the mids to give it that extra bassy and high-end sound. So there's not too much mids, and it makes it sound a lot more dark. But these aren't the most important effects, and you might not have to use these at all, because I definitely haven't used it for all of my vocals. But the one important thing here is the flanger, because if I turn that off, you'll hear it sounds a lot different.
Force feed the fantasy, choke it down with GHB or push it intravenously.
And then when I turn it back on,
force feed the fantasy, choke it down with GHB or push it intravenously, dripping from the eye.
So the kind of settings you want to use on the flanger are, let me just load up a fresh one.
Force feed the fantasy.
You really want to have a deep flanging effect. So for this one, I turned the flanger all the way up to 20 milliseconds. And then
force feed the fantasy, choke it down.
And then I also turned the rate way up too.
Force feed the fantasy, choke it down with GHB or push it intravenously, dripping from the ivy. Force feed the fantasy, choke it down with GHB.
And that's really the key, is just using the flanger with a lot of depth and a fast rate. And this works for any kind of vocals you want to put in it.
I would like to introduce.
Just to show you a quick example.
I would like to introduce.
And see, that's if you don't pitch it down, it sounds like that.
I would like to introduce.
Which still sounds kind of dark in its own respect. But I'm going to pitch it down by 600 cents as well, and use the speech option.
I would like to introduce.
I would like to introduce.
I would like to introduce.
So you can hear that sounds dark as well. And if you wanted to, you could do some distortion or some multi-band distortion.
I would like to introduce.
And you can just play around with it until you get the effect you want. But another cool effect that you can do with flanging before I end this video is...
I would like to introduce.
The 3D flanger has this preset called vexed fifths. And this kind of, it's a different kind of dark sound that might sound really good on a female voice or like a kid's voice. But here's how it sounds.
I would like to introduce.
It just has those dissonant tones, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's one way to get a dark hardstyle vocal sound, and the key is just in the flanger to have a lot of depth and a fast rate.
Force feed the fantasy, choke it down with GHB or push it intravenously, dripping from the ivy.
Thanks for watching my tutorial video. I hope you found it to be helpful. If you want to learn more, be sure to subscribe to my channel so you can watch new videos as soon as I upload them. After that, check out the Beat School website. I'll have the link in the description. All my tutorials are organized on the site so that you can easily find what you need by browsing through the different categories. There are also a ton of awesome resources to help you in every aspect of music production. And if you want to help support me, you can buy any of my sample packs, preset packs, or project files for only $5 or less. This gets you some great sounds for a great price and allows me to spend more time making these tutorials and working on the website. Thanks again for watching my video, and have a great day.